Hi folks, and welcome back to another Travels of Red Rover. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Corinne.
And we've noticed something recently. There's a whole lot of you folks out there that are watching us every week but haven't subscribed yet. We'd sure be appreciative if you'd go down there and hit that little subscribe button. And of course, if you're enjoying these videos, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. So after that, where are we today, Corinne?
We're near Payson, Utah. It's south of Salt Lake City.
And what are we going to do?
We're walking up a trail to a waterfall.
Yep, that seems to be our natural place, walking up a trail to a waterfall. It's supposed to be a beautiful waterfall. We've never been here before, so it's kind of a checkout trip as well as to maybe do a little photography if the lighting's good.
Yeah, we don't know what time of day is best for the lighting at this waterfall. We're here this morning hoping that we'll get some good light. It's a bright sunny day and it's summertime. We're out in short sleeve shirts, so that's a change for us.
Yeah, being able to hike in shorts and short sleeve shirts are great. It's summertime, lovely time to be out on a trail.
And I think we only have a short walk, which is great.
Shall we get at it?
We shall get at it.
Yeah. So one of the things we discovered as we walked up towards the waterfall is you're going to have to cross the stream several times. It turns out that most of the time you can just use a couple stones and step across with really no effort whatsoever. In a few cases, you have to cross on these logs, and they are generally pretty unstable, and of course I'm pretty bloated towards the back, so it makes me even more unstable.
Well, after about a quarter-mile hike, we're here at the waterfall. We had to cross a few log bridges and rock stepping stones over the stream. But we got here and it's got a decent flow even though this is late June. So we're going to set up. It's nicely shaded and I think we can get some decent pictures.
The waterfall is located in what is almost a grotto or cave-like situation. You actually have to hike down into it. More water flow would be terrific. Unfortunately, I'm not sure you could actually be down there if there was a lot more water flow. When we arrived, we found that people had left a number of logs distributed around the waterfall, and they were clearly being moved around by various people. So I decided that I would clean up the waterfall before we tried to do any photographs. It was not too hard, but the logs were a lot more saturated than I thought they were. And it turned out they were quite heavy and took a little bit of effort to drag them out of the waterfall so that we get a nice clean shot. And about 45 minutes in the grotto before the light became too harsh. And that turned out to be okay because about that time the moms and dads and the kids started showing up. And the waterfall was just too much fun for them to resist. And here are a couple of the photos that we took while we were in the grotto. We're back at our campground. As you could see from the filming, the waterfall was really noisy.
Yes, and we were having some mic problems, so that added to the problem that we were experiencing with filming yesterday.
It was just one of those days. Sometimes they happen. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the photographs that came from it. It wasn't the most beautiful waterfall, and it was really tricky trying to get the compositions built. And that was a real challenge, and that's sometimes the fun of it. So what did you think, Corinne?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good, except that it really tended to show up as two different streams
Yeah.
coming down in the photos rather than a singular waterfall. And, you know, that's probably due to the time of year, less water coming over the falls. It is late June and not as much rainfall right now.
Yeah, that really made a big difference. I found that actually somewhat distracting. In fact, I actually set my camera up a little differently than I normally would. Instead of going after the really smooth, silky water, I decided to go for a little faster shutter speed and let the water look a little bit more choppy in the waterfall to sort of fill it out a little bit. And I noticed you actually went around to the side to actually shoot through the waterfall, and so the sort of thicker part of the waterfall was part of your composition. I think you were trying to do that to fill in the water as well. So
yeah, there was also some issues with the color of the rocks nearby. That on the left side there were some bright white ones that would overwhelm the picture.
yeah.
So I worked from the left side and reduced the amount of that rock that was visible and used the opposite right side where there was darker rock.
So I did something similar. Instead of moving over to the other side like you did, I moved over so that a bit of the greenery moss would cover up the white rocks a little bit and give me a little bit of extra color on the one side. I think the picture is going to look a little unbalanced, but oh well, that's kind of sort of what the composition gave you, and that's what you had to work with.
Yeah, so just keep in mind when you're doing some waterfall, look for what is around the area. Look if there's distracting elements that are going to draw the eye away from the waterfall, and try and change your angle if possible to the opposite bank, or if you have good rubber boots, get in the stream that's below the waterfall and stand in front of the waterfall.
Yes, that was actually a really good idea. We actually wore our boots yesterday, so we could actually stand in the river stream, which made it a lot easier to do some compositions. I think the other thing that was really tricky yesterday is the upper part of the falls, just behind the top of the falls, was really, really bright. And you had to be very mindful of cropping in just the top of the falls without cropping in a lot of the top, unless you were using some kind of ND filter to bring in the top, because it was really super bright back there. It was throwing the light meter off. So another thing just to keep in mind when you're shooting a waterfall.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to share and subscribe. We appreciate it.
And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up.
And we look forward to seeing your comments and responding as quickly as we can. So until next time.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.